The last 12 months of my life, a diagnosis that I did not expect, battles with depression, a year of job loss. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different and a little bit more personal, and we're here for it. I just wanted to do a sit down and talk about the last 12 months of my life. It's been a year of job loss, a diagnosis that I did not expect, loss of friendships, and so much more. But through it all, I've learned some lessons that changed me, and I hope these lessons speak to you too. Before I get into my lessons, for these lessons to make sense to you, I have to give a backstory. I'll start off with the backstory and then we'll get into the lessons. Around 5 years ago, I started experiencing more period pains or severe period pains, and my symptoms would get worse with every month, with every year. It would get heavier and more painful and just more unbearable. 2 years ago, I started seeing a specialist, and in the 2 years she did like pap smears and sonograms, and into last year my symptoms were getting worse by the month. And with speaking to my host mom, she advised that my gynecologist do a test for endometriosis. So late last year, I was experiencing severe pains and really long-term 3 weeks type of backaches and periods and stuff like that. And so the specialist scheduled an MRI that was done in December. And so in January, I got the results. I did have endometriosis. So immediately she put me on contraceptives that were supposed to stop my period, and they didn't. And I was on these contraceptives for a good 4 or 5 months. These contraceptives messed me up good. I experienced severe nausea. I was nauseous for 4 months straight. I was so sick in my belly. I had severe headaches daily for 4 good months. I was an emotional wreck. I was emotionally unstable. Any small inconvenience will have me crying like a child who's gotten a hiding. When I got my diagnosis, I really didn't know how to deal with it. So I did life like I knew best how. And this was going with emotions. It was also in a season where a friend of mine was getting married, and that was a great camouflage for what I was going through. It was a great way for me to continue numbing my pain and ignoring this diagnosis. I ignored that diagnosis and I ran my life like a normal person when I wasn't on my period or when I wasn't having the pains. I ran with it for a good 6 months. By the time I stopped running, I was running so fast, I crashed. And I crashed so deep, and then I sat down with myself. By the time I'd crashed, I was already referred to a therapist to help me deal with this. A therapist that is specialized in dealing with people who are diagnosed with any health issues. They help you through the diagnosis. And so it's a diagnosis, let's call it a diagnosis therapist, according to how she explained it. She's a diagnosis therapist. And so by the time I crashed, I had then started seeing her. Going to therapy really helped me. Starting to talk about it made it very real. My reality that I was running from started literally unfolding in front of me. Because I ran with it for a good 5 to 6 months, I did not sit with it. I did not learn how to deal with it. I did not speak about it much. And also because of how unstable I was emotionally, if somebody genuinely asks me, "How are you doing?" I would break out in tears. I could never talk about how I'm feeling. I could never talk about the diagnosis. I could never talk about endometriosis at all. I had a lot of fear. I had a lot of anxiety. I'm not completely there. Sitting down now and talking about it is another way for me to be dealing with this train wreck. And so the 6 months of me running with it brought me to a place of standstill, and this is when I started facing this giant dinosaur that's literally parked in my living room. And this is where my lessons come in. And so my first lesson is that my faith really carried me when I couldn't carry myself. A lot of times I felt so alone, but I always knew where my strength comes from. And for me, the biggest act that I did during this season, because I'm still in it, I'm just dealing with it better, is worship. I love worshiping, I love singing, and that carried me. A lot of days I didn't have words, a lot of days I didn't know what to say, a lot of days I was just tired, and singing a worship song in my spirit, or singing a worship song, just setting up and going live on TikTok. There's a few friends that saw me go live on TikTok. It was a coping mechanism. So my light died and I had to fix that. So let's try again. Yes, so worship really carried me. It helped me stay firm. It helped me stay rooted, and it helped me stay centered. Lesson number 2, compassion. My diagnosis taught me a lot of compassion. Compassion, firstly, towards myself. With this diagnosis, I'm learning to treat my body with gentleness instead of frustration. Pain has taught me to slow down and listen instead of pushing through. Lesson number 3, depression wasn't my end, it was my mirror. Being depressed has showed me parts of myself that I ignored. It wasn't weakness, it was my soul asking for care and patience. I was super hard on myself when I got diagnosed. I really felt like a failure. I just got married. I was a few months into my marriage when I got this diagnosis. It is a very hard diagnosis to deal with, and it really hit me hard, and I really felt so useless. I felt like almost like damaged goods. That's what I felt like. And I really grieved. I grieved so much because I was so angry. I was angry at myself. I was angry at my body. And some days I was really angry at God. I really did not understand. I do not think I fully understand right now, but I'm at a better space in terms of understanding the diagnosis and understanding the lessons that it's teaching me. The 5th lesson that I learned from my last 12 months is that friendships ending hurt, but they made room for healing. In terms of losing some really good friends and friendships this year, again, I felt like a failure. I felt like I failed them and I failed myself as a friend, and that I was such a terrible person, such a terrible friend, and that killed me to my core. I was so disappointed in myself when those friendships didn't work out. And now, as I'm trying to get out of this deep hole I dug for myself to a certain extent, I'm realizing that some people are chapters and not the whole story. And I've just learned to bless what has left and cherish what has stayed. And I've learned, because I was such a terrible communicator, I feel like I was a train wreck and I was just smashing and crushing everything that was in my way, including the friendships that I lost on the way. But yeah, not everybody is meant for the next chapter. Lesson number 6. My identity is not built on what I do. I experienced a lot of fear and anxiety, and a lot of it was from the fear of losing my job. I had a huge fear of losing my job, to the extent where I would have anxiety attacks at work. I would have panic attacks at work. I would be so stressed, and that stayed with me for too long. It stayed with me for too long. The fear of losing my job stayed with me for too long. And when the possibility of me losing my job because of my diagnosis was presented to me, I was shattered. I was shattered. I was broken. I was really so yeah, I was so broken. I had a meeting at work and I was in tears, to the point where I couldn't even speak. I had to stand up and leave the meeting for a minute because I couldn't sit in it. The reality of me losing my job because of how I cannot go to work when I'm on my period was really tough. And I'm still dealing with it. It's been the hardest journey. Out of a lot of the things, this has been the hardest thing to deal with, that I'm possibly losing my job because of this diagnosis. This is how I viewed it, and I still view it like this. I think at some point, hopefully, I'll develop a healthier, positive way to link the two things. But at the moment, it feels like I stand a huge chance to lose my job because of this diagnosis. But it's healthier. The way I'm dealing with it now is better than how I did like a month ago, for example. The seventh lesson that I've learned is that healing takes time. Having a chronic illness where they do not have a cure for, it has taught me to be very patient with the healing process because there's no cure for it at the moment. And because of that, I've come to understand that it will take time. And while we are waiting and hoping for a cure for it, I'm learning to find healthier ways to heal my spirit, to heal my mind, to heal my emotional state. And when the physical healing comes, all the other parts can just align with it. And with healing taking time, I've had days where I made progress, but I had more days where I didn't, and I slept through the days and weeks and months. And when I sit back now and look at some of those, I feel bad because it feels like I watched my life pass me by and I did nothing about it. But now I've learned that my body needed the rest, and me taking the rest was beneficial for me at the end of the day. The eighth lesson that I learned was that gratitude shifts perspective. And with me busy with all these different therapies and stuff, I did a coaching session with Swama from Namibia online, and she made me write down 100 things I was grateful for. Being in such a deep hole, that was also a very tough task to do. And it took me a little over a week to write down everything. Things, yeah, I even just having limbs was something I put on that list, because after all the big things are on that list, you start realizing, oh my gosh, I'm grateful I have both my hands. I'm grateful I have joints that work. And then tomorrow I wake up, oh, I'm grateful that I have hair on my head, because there's people who do not have, who have illnesses and their hair is falling out. And so I was able to fill up a list with 100 things I'm grateful for. And the one lesson I learned from the session I had with Swama was that as soon as we are able to step out of what we are experiencing now and stand on the outside and just be like, oh my gosh, I'm grateful for a roof over my head, I'm grateful that I have a job right now, it shifted my perspective. Lesson number 9, letting go is growth. Releasing people, plans, or habits is part of healthy growth. This season really taught me how to grieve. I've grieved a life I imagined. I grieved a productive 2025 that I didn't have. I grieved a healthy mind that I didn't have. I grieved an idea of a life that I thought I would have in 2025. I grieved the loss of friendships. I really grieved so much, but also with grieving, I learned to let go. I'm not fully there. I'm still learning to let go. Especially when it comes to my personal plans, the dreams that I had for myself, the idea of the life I had for myself. Those are the hardest letting goes that I need to let go. Those are the hardest, because my reality with the diagnosis, to a certain extent, my reality has changed. The ideas that I had for myself do not align with the current state of my life. For me to be able to healthily live in the current state of my life, I need to continue to let go of the plans and the ideas and the dreams that I had for my 2025. Lesson number 10, God's delay is not God's denials. This is not something I've heard for the first time this year. It's something I've heard over the years, but in this season, it speaks louder. The delays that I think I'm experiencing right now do not mean total denial. And if it's not what I think I'm being denied or delayed, it will all work out for my good. And I stand on that. Lesson number 11. I am still becoming, and that's okay. This chapter has taught me to embrace the unknown with faith, softness, and courage. Because I am still becoming. Lesson number 12 is that God is not done with me yet, and He is the author of my life. He is rewriting my story with all the anxiety, with all the fears, with all the grief, with all the sadness and the brokenness. God is not done with me yet. As much as I'm fighting Him and I'm learning and unlearning and I am dealing with this diagnosis, I know He's not done with me, and the best is yet to come. This year broke me and built me at the same time. Faith carried me, and I hope my journey encourages you that even in the hard seasons, God is faithful. If you're going through a hard season, illness, job loss, depression, grief, or even just feeling lost, I hope that something in this video reminds you that you're not alone. Growth hurts sometimes, but it's also sacred. And I'm so thankful for every lesson that led me here. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for being a part of my journey. I have one more announcement to make. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We are 300 subscribers short of 2,000 subscribers. And to celebrate 2,000 subscribers in a month, I am going to do a giveaway. A huge shout out to the sponsors of this giveaway: Refined Cultural Care, Taimi Nuuyango, and Sublime Treats. Thank you guys so much for partnering with me and sponsoring this giveaway. This giveaway is long overdue. It should have happened months ago, but I was in such a tough space and I wasn't able to sit down and record this video, but we are here now and I'm really grateful to you guys. So please watch this space for the giveaway announcement video where all the details will be included for the giveaway. And again, to all the subscribers, to everybody that's always watching my videos, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate every one of you guys. Your engagement in my little vlogs that I've been posting throughout this year is one of the things that has kept me sane, kept me uploading something on this channel, and has helped me be better or get better or try to be better. Thank you guys so much for always being here. Thank you so much for being consistent when I wasn't consistent. I really appreciate it. Remember, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and this means you need to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get our channel to 2,000 subscribers. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.